you can do to set that up is right click on the speaker right there at the bottom, recording devices. And right now I have my stereo mix shown, but if I right click here, show disabled devices, I should be able to see stereo mix here. So I can actually enable this after I've shown all disabled devices. And now what you want to do is go ahead and go to playback, speakers, properties, levels, microphone. You can adjust this, and you want to blast this right now. So once you've done that, leave it at 100. I'm not going to put it at 100 right now. And that's all good to go. Okay. So once we have that available, we can select that audio device stereo mix. I'm not going to do that right now. You guys can go ahead and do that for your stream. And I'm going to choose format MP3, channel stereo. Sample rate 44,100. Bit rate, you can adjust this. The higher it is, the higher the quality of your audio. Leave your volume up all the way. And you want to check this box right here, stream to flash media server. And you want to choose FMS URL. That's the one that you got from your XML profile that you just downloaded. So go ahead and input that right here in the stream. Pretty self-explanatory as well. That's what you got earlier. So go ahead and input that in here. Video previews, you can change those here, input and output and audio. So you can check all that out. I'm going to leave those off. And now you have all this set up. You can connect, make sure everything works out properly. If it does, then you should be good to go. Then you can click start and start streaming to Ustream. If not, you probably have an issue with these two settings here. Another thing that you might want to keep track of, or maybe take a look at, is auto adjust. So what that does, if you get any sort of issues in your stream or bitrate because your upload is being taken up for some reason, it can either drop frames or degrade quality. I would suggest degrade quality. Your frames might get a little bit blurry, but they should be it should look a little bit more smooth to your audience. So I'm going to leave these settings. I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and I can save this wherever I want. I already have a copy saved, so I'm not going to do that. If you want to just use the GUI version, you can hit connect, start, and then go to Ustream broadcast, open up the web broadcaster, and down here you should see server monitor. You should have the radio button checked off here, and you should see your screen in here, but we'll get back to this in a second. Okay, a lot of you are watching this because you want to get a command prompt version of this set up with a batch script. So we're going to take care of that right now. Go ahead and let's see, open up the folder that contains your XML file that you just saved 1 second ago with Adobe Flash Media Live Encoder. I called it pwn.xml. And what you also want to do is create a new text document. You can call it whatever you want. I'll call it stream tutorial. And if you have file extensions on, you want to change the file extension to BAT. That stands for batch file. I can right click, edit this, and if you go to the website, you'll actually have a better idea of what to do, how to edit this, but I'll just go over it fairly quickly. Okay, so I have cd, which is the command. Basically what a batch file does is it opens up a command prompt and it lists out all these commands into the command prompt. So however you have it written in here is how it's going to be input into your command prompt. So it makes things a little bit easier. I've got Adobe Flash Media Live Encoder located here, so cd and in quotation the location, the folder that has Flash Media Live Encoder cmd.exe, so fmle cmd.exe. Start affinity, so start tells command prompt to open up a program. Affinity sets the affinity that you want it to be run at, and the /hi tells you what priority you want it to be run at. So, and since I'm already in the folder, I can hit fmle cmd.exe /p. This tells it what profile to run under. So I've got my location, and what you want to be careful for is if you have a space in your directory that it's located in, it's going to get all gibberish in command prompt. So you want to put quotations around it if that's what you're going to be doing. If you have something like, you know, my cool directory. So you want to make sure you put quotations around the profile location. Okay, so that's that. I'm not going to be using this. I'm not going to save it. I'm going to be using this one. You can just hit save, and it should be good to go. So, X out of that. Open this back up. Let's see if I go in order for everything. So, the extra settings that I had were specific for high-end quad cores and things like that. I've got those right here. I also have settings for low-end quad cores and low-end or high-end dual cores. So if you're streaming with those, I made sure I remembered you guys. Okay, next step, step number 10. Let's open up our batch file. So I'm going to delete this. Stream.bat. I'm going to move this out of our view for a second because it's going to pull up all my information. I don't want you guys seeing that. Okay, so it's getting started. Let's just give it a second to chug along. And I think it should be good to go. Okay, it's good to go. Alright, so as you can see, it's a little jumbled, and that's because my system is getting bogged down like crazy. Really apologize for this, guys. But here it is. And since I am recording, my output is a little bit lower than it usually is. But you can see all this awesome information. It tells you the current input and output FPS, and it tells you the encoded average, and it tells you how many frames you've dropped, things like that, the bandwidth you're using, etc., etc. I'm going to click broadcast here. Ustream automatically picks this up, and what it'll be doing in a second is it'll switch to server monitor. So you can see this radio button here is checked off. And now I've created an infinite loop, so you can see your full stream right here. You can hit start broadcast, start record, and everything will be going. So that's that, and I'm going to X out of that. So that pretty much covers everything that you need to know. One thing I actually forgot to cover a second ago was in your pwn.xml or whatever XML file you're using for your profile, there is a section in there, log. And what you want to be doing is setting your log directory to whatever custom location you want. You can tell Flash Media Live Encoder to place the logs wherever you want by changing that section in your stream, whatever stream profile you created .xml. So I've left my logs in here. So every time I create a new stream, the log session opens, or the log is created over here. So this is the session right here that I just had. It was 4:37 p.m. A minute ago. So that's that. You can check that for any sort of errors you're having, things like that, and you should be good to go after that. So let's see if I missed anything. I think I covered everything. So remember, make sure your resolutions are 16:9. When you play your games, make sure you're playing at full screen windowed. You don't want to be playing at any other format. And I think that should be about it. If you guys like this tutorial, please subscribe, comment if you have questions. Let me know what you thought of this tutorial. I'd really appreciate it. I'd also appreciate it if you guys checked out some of my videos that I'll be posting in a couple of days, probably even tonight. And what I'm going to be focusing on is the cheapest hardware that you can buy. I know a lot of people are strapped for cash, and basically what I'm trying to do is I look for the best deals on the internet, and I post them. I'm going to be posting them online with reviews, what those pieces of hardware will be useful for. So examples are graphics cards, processors, hard drives, monitors, things like that. So please keep in touch. Make sure you're checking out those videos if you need hardware upgrades. I swear the prices will be amazing, and let me know what you thought of this video. Thanks, guys. Tune in next time.